What is sex? And who's buying it? I mean, in terms of media. I mean like scenes like this.
Steaks and donuts! And milk! Oh my god.
Why is this woman naked? Why is she on top of a car? What is the relation between both of that? Only the director can answer it. Which, by the way, did you know that most directors in Hollywood are men? I mean, that was an obvious fact, but do you know the percentage? 87.4%, according to a survey done by UCLA in 2017. Now you may be wondering, why is this a big deal? Because this means that most of our media is translated through the male gaze. What is the male gaze then? When I'm talking about the male gaze, I mean a cisgendered man and someone who's heterosexual, and the gaze plays with the stereotypes of their desires and needs. So a man stereotypically wants to be powerful and in a position of authority and, just wants to be macho and everything. But somehow, when you put a lens through it, it translates into cars and boobs. Really doesn't make sense. So where does this come from? And why is it there? That's just really surface level, because that's not what a man is. So what is the deal in general of why are we depicting women like this? And why are we treating men like monkey brain?
I have to go to work.
So it's story time then. Did you hear that? Since the conception of film, we've always had sex depicted on the big screen.
Wherever I'll be, I want you to know. Kiss me. Kiss me as if it were the last time.
During the Scion era, we had sex as a plot point. We had it as romance, as a shock factor, as the quite literal climax of a movie. It all starts trickling down around the 1930s when the US government put a list of self-imposing rules on filmmakers where you shall not be showing any vulgarity. It was split into 3 categories where we had cursing, graphic violence, and suggested nudity, which is the most familiar form of filmmaking that we have, because around the 1950s, when we needed to show sex on the silver screen, we would just fade it into black, or we would rather infer it than actually graphically show it, or my favorite, burst into a song. It's around 1968 where the rating system was introduced. For example, PG, PG-13, and 18 and above. That is how sex started becoming this huge thing again, because for so many decades, sex hasn't been on the silver screen. It was hot, it was steamy, it was scandalous to watch with your family or to watch with your partner and everything. It was something exciting and new, but it's been overdone, it's been overplayed. What do you do now? In the 21st century, it makes us question, does sex actually sell? Or more importantly, what is the need for all of this then? Because in recent times, in a world that's progressing towards more for fighting for equity, for fighting for diversity and true representation of people, a scantily clad woman will not do the job anymore. Sex usually is included in movies for the same reasons that it was included in movies in the 1970s, the shock factor, because we're applying an age-old formula to a very progressive and new audience. It will simply not suffice anymore. I cannot fathom anyone who thinks that this would actually make a film sell. Please check the top grossing films of this century. You will see a lot of action movies, a lot of movies that have violence. The audience has a hole that simply cannot be filled by adding sex to a story. An audience wants so much more when it comes to storytelling now. We want to see stories of real people. We want to see their struggles. We want to enjoy their triumphs and everything. And yes, Sex can be that triumph that we enjoy, but it doesn't need to be that graphic anymore. No one enjoys it. It's getting stale and it's getting boring. So it's exciting to see what filmmakers can come up with once they let the trope go. Thanks.
Hey yo,